Priority must go to citizens. This isn't cruelty, it's capacity.
Capacity. So we let people die outside the gate like dogs?
But public health care isn't a free-for-all.
Welcome to Mic Drop Matters, where we debate the messy truths that no one dares to touch. In this episode, we're asking a burning question. Has the Rainbow Nation closed its umbrella on everyone who's not South African? Because while some shout, go back to your country, others whisper, I came here to survive. How did our dream of unity turn into division? How did Ubuntu become you? Today, we have questions that cut deep and no interest in sugarcoating what's real. So if you came for comfort, you're on the wrong channel. This is Mic Drop Matters. Today, we rip off the bandages and expose the bleeding wound of a broken system. A system where hospital doors slam shut in the faces of the desperate. Where nationality decides whether you live or die. I'm your host, Clemmy, and this is Mic Drop Matters. Our topic: why are foreigners being denied access to healthcare in South Africa, even at death's door? On one side, it's Z, calm, calculated, unapologetically patriotic, defending the policies and priorities of the South African state. Facing him, it's a man with fire in his voice and pain in his past. Simba, a Zimbabwean national who's lived the nightmare, watched friends and family suffer and been turned away himself. This is not just a debate, but a cry for help. Let's begin, Z. Let's start with you. Why are foreigners being turned away from hospitals, even when it's a matter of life and death? Is this really the South Africa we are building?
Let me start by saying this. South Africa is not heartless, but we are stretched. Public hospitals are overwhelmed. There simply aren't enough beds, staff, or medicine. Priority must go to citizens, our people who pay taxes and have waited in line for years. This isn't cruelty, it's capacity.
Capacity. So we let people die outside the gate like dogs? Clemmy, my cousin collapsed in a clinic hallway. No doctor would even look at her ID. She died on a cold plastic chair while nurses turned their backs. How can you justify that, Z? How? Are we dealing with xenophobia even at hospitals? Where is humanity?
Clemmy, I hear the pain. But public health care isn't a free-for-all. We are dealing with load-shedding, corruption, collapsing hospitals. Now you want us to be saviors for the whole region. South Africans are dying too. We can't help others if we can't ourselves.
What happened to you? It's very sad. Simba, you are speaking from experience. Tell us what happens exactly when a foreigner walks into a South African hospital.
First, they ask for ID. If it says Zimbabwe, Malawi, or Zambia, you get a look. The kind that says you don't belong. Then the delay starts. Come back tomorrow. Doctor is not available, and if you are bleeding, tough luck, they say go to your embassy, as embassies have ICU beds or needles to stitch you.
It's not that simple. Our healthcare budget was $233 billion in 2024. That's already not enough for our people. When hospitals are overloaded, someone gets pushed out. It's ugly, but who do we prioritize first? A grandmother from Soweto or a stranger from across the border?
But isn't healthcare a human right? When did we start rationing empathy by passport? Does this mean our doctors are now doing the job for Home Affairs?
Broken country. We are running here for help, not luxury. We work so hard in helping the country to grow. My knowledge, my power, and yet it's not enough. And now our only crime is surviving?
You call it survival. Some South Africans call it invasion. Clinics are full, schools overcrowded, housing is a disaster, even our jobs are at risk. Foreigners add pressure, and South Africans are angry.
What now, Z? Health by nationality. Should we check passports in ambulances too?
No one wants that, but border management is part of any functioning state. If we ignore it, we collapse, and then we all suffer.
We are already suffering, Z. Every night I pray I won't fall sick because illness in South Africa means exile from care. Now, Z, you also spoke about jobs. So this is not just about health, it's a fight of foreign nations just being in your country.
Today, we aren't just debating policies. We are confronting pain. When system fails the most desperate, what does they say about us? Should migrants have any access to free medical care in South Africa? Should South Africa taxpayers foot that bill? And how do we balance national loyalty with human dignity? Z-led talk solutions. What if foreign nationals paid a monthly health levy, a kind of foreigner tax to access public health care? What would that change your stance?
Clemmy, that's something I could get behind. If someone I hear working, living, they should contribute officially. But right now, It's too informal. People vanish from the system, then resurface in trauma wards. If they paid and we could track it, it might work, and all this won't be happening.
Also, now I'm a walking invoice. Clemmy, I am taxing everything here in South Africa. I have a tax number. Remember, everything that we buy, even fueling the car, there is tax. Won't that be enough? So Z, you saying I must pay to stay alive. Is that what you are offering?
No, I'm offering structure. You say you contribute, but where is the record? You want access, you must be counted.
Okay, fair. But how many migrants, especially undocumented, can walk into Home Affairs office without fear of arrest just to get counted? Aren't we setting them up to fail?
Exactly. You want my taxes, my labor, my gratitude, but not me. You want ghosts who build but never bleed. If I step into the system, I risk deportation. That's not healthcare, it's a trap.
Then we are stuck because no country can run public health system on invisible people.
Now, how
it's
do
not
we solve a
charity,
problem
Simba,
we
it's
refuse to
governance.
see? Maybe the issue isn't just medical, like what Simba said before, it's political. Could Southern African development countries agree to share healthcare costs, like a regional fund?
Now this would be revolutionary. One Southern African health fund, Zim pays into it, South Africa pay into it, Malawi, Zambia. And when you fall ill in any country, you are covered. That's unity, that's African solidarity.
It's ambitious, but it has logic. At least then it's not all on South Africa's shoulders.
Wait, did I just hear agreement between Simba and Z?
Arc this moment, Clemmy. A miracle on mic drop matters.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
But here's right. I want us to listen to this short clip going viral where South Africans are boldly telling foreigners to go back to their home.
From today, South African, South Africa.
Please.
Hi, Bo. This is our reality now. Z, as a black South African, hearing this, does it not echo the same hate we once suffered? Are we forgetting our history or we just fed up? Where do you stand?
Clemmy, this is not simple. That video stings, I won't lie. It really does, but I also know where it's coming from. People are frustrated with long quests and not get help, and at the end of the day, the people are hungry, unemployed, desperate, and it feels like no one's listening. So what do? They point fingers at whatever they can see. Foreigners, in spaza shops, onte corners. Now, is it right? No. Is it human? Sadly, yes. I defend South Africa not because we are perfect, but I know we are in pain. It's government that failed, not the people. And I believe deep down, we are still a country of Ubuntu. We have just lost our way.
Zay, I feel you, but I also feel the streets. It's not just a perception problem, it's a real one. Go to Hillbrow, go to townships, people live shoulder to shoulder in chaos. You say it's not people's fault, but Clemmy, when someone watches their mother wait 6 hours in a clinic behind people with foreign IDs, it feels personal. This anger isn't just whipped up, it's been simmering. Is there xenophobia? Yes. But there is also fear. People are scared of being replaced, of being left out in their own country. So if we don't address the root...
Okay, Simba, okay, Z, but let me challenge you. Z, saying you are proudly waving the South African flag. You talk about an Ubuntu, but tell me this. How do we claim you're the Rainbow Nation when we only want the rainbow to shine on ourselves? How do we cheer for Ghana when they beat Portugal, where a Nigerian lays at weddings, jump to Davido, but then flip the script and say go back to your country? Z, are we truly defending South Africa? Or are we defending us when it suits us and rejects others when we feel threatened?
Clemmy, you didn't have to drag us like that, sis, you. But listen, you're not wrong. That rainbow, sometimes it does feel like it only appears when it shines on us. Like we're Kenelly African when it's trendy or convenient. But here's my thing. Being South Africa is not a crime. Wanting priority in your country, not sin. Tess, we dance to a Mariano in Lagos. Yes, we wear Kent in Soweto. But it's not always mutual love. Some people come here to disrespect our culture, our system, even the little law we have left. So are we just supposed to smoke because of Pan-Africanism? I love Africa, but I also love home. And loving home means asking hard questions, even if they make people uncomfortable. We must fix the system, yes. We must hold government accountable, absolutely.
That you say we disrespect your culture. Bro, I was raised on South African music. I speak isiZulu better than some locals. I respect elders, I follow the rules. I even stand in that same clinic line you're talking about for hours quietly. So what disrespect are you talking about? The truth is, some South Africans think being born here makes them better than everyone else. That entitlement? That's where the poison starts. You say foreigners break laws, but when I try to register legally, there's a wall. When I apply for papers, I'm told to wait for 6 years. 6! Meanwhile, I'm working 2 jobs that most South Africans don't even want. But I'm the enemy? You say you're not a villain. Then stop acting like a victim when power is in your hands. Because let's be honest, in this system, the foreigner doesn't have the mic. You do. And you're using it to say, rainbows need rest? Shakes head slowly. No, Z. Rainbows don't rest. They appear after storms. And some of us, we've been living in storms you don't even...
The bigger issue, even with money, even with policy, will attitudes change? Are we ready to see migrants as people, not parasites?
That's the fight, Clemmy. Until we are seen as humans, no fund, no law, no tax will save us.
Maybe we all need to unlearn some things. It's hard to share when you are starving too.
You know what I'm hearing? Pain, different kinds. One from being ignored, one from being overwhelmed, but pain nonetheless. Coming up in our final round, my lightning mic drop segment. 1 minute, one truth. Each of you gives the mic one last time to say what you think needs to be heard most. This is where it gets raw, real, and unapologetically bold. All right, gents, you have clashed, you have cried, you have made us think. But now it's time for the lighting round. Z, you are up. Hit us.
South Africa's bleeding. Our nurses are burning out, our hospitals are collapsing, and while we care for many, we can't carry everyone. I'm not anti-foreigner. I'm pro-survival, structured, not guilt-driven. Fix the system, yes, but fix it for all, not just for those who scream loudest.
Thank you, Z. That's your word to the nation. Now, Simba, the mic is yours. Say it with your chest. What is it that you think it must be done to all foreigners?
I didn't come here to take. I came here to breathe, to find care, not charity, but you shut the door and called it survival. We are Africans too. Our blood isn't cheaper. Our pain isn't foreign. If South Africa forgets that, it will lose more than beds. I'll lose its soul. Today it's us. Tomorrow, it might be you. Let's show some empathy. No one chooses to be ill.
In this house, we have heard both sides. One fighting for resources, the other fighting for recognition. But what if we stopped fighting against each other and start building together? Borders protect, but they can also imprison. And if a hospital bed becomes a battlefield, then we have already lost the war for humanity. You want a solution? Start by listening, start by seeing, start by caring, because the sickness we face isn't just physical, it's moral. And that, my friends, is Mic Drop. This was Mic Drop Matters. I'm Clemmy. Stay loud, stay brave, stay human. Thank you, gents, for coming to the show. If you have your story, you want to speak up, reach us and the mic will be yours. Until next time.